Okay, so this is Johnny, it's the What If channel, and it's the day before my race in Eastbourne. I mentioned in the previous video, this is my first A race. I also mentioned in the previous video that my last warm-up race did not go well, and I haven't done a video since then because I've been trying to get my training back on track, trying to get over a bit of an illness, no excuses, honest, and getting ready for tomorrow. The big thing that I learned from the previous race and I talked about in the previous video is setting my expectations. And so I went on to the website for the previous year, I looked through the results, and I've tried to work out, I guess, roughly where I think I could maybe come. However, the slightly tricky thing with that is that it looks like the previous year was not an age group qualifier, and this year it is an age group qualifier, which means there's almost 500 athletes in overall in the standard triathlon, and the previous year there was only 300. So whilst I was looking at those results, I could argue I might be able to come third in my age category, or I think it was 21st overall. That's a little bit unlikely because there's obviously a greater breadth of talent in the race this year. So how do I set my expectations? Well, so you may remember that in a previous video a little while ago, I brought this out. And this was my, here's my run and swim and bike from the last triathlon I did. And I was saying like how the red line, hopefully what we're going to see is this red line creeping up as I improve. Unfortunately, I've had to add a new section. So here's the new section. Yeah, that's actually what's happened. And going back in time, for those of you old enough, you should know what that's referencing. Maybe I'll put a bit of music on in the background.
Hold it, fellas. I'm afraid you're just too darn loud. Next, please.
But yeah, so since my last triathlon, I've trained almost 3 times as hard and I've ended up here. So yeah, I don't know really. I'm not a scientist. I don't have a coach, and I don't go to Loughborough University. So I can't work out what's happened. I have changed my training. I have tweaked my goals, and hopefully when the next video comes, I'll be able to fold that back up and at least be around here again. We hope. So yeah. So expectations. Okay, so last year the winner won the race in 1 hour 56 with a 17:59 in the 1500 meter swim, a 1 hour 1 minute bike, and a 32-minute 47 10k. I've got no chance. My best time for a triathlon at the moment is 2 hours 24. 25 minutes in the swim, 1 hour 14 on the bike, and a 41:38 on the run. So can't win the race. So next thing down, okay, let's look at who won my age group. They came 12th overall with a 2 hour 14, 23:20 in the water, 1:09 on the bike, 37:13. As much as I'd love to say, come on, let's go for it, I've got to be more realistic. Come on, John, more realistic. So that's a no. Okay, so third on the podium, 2 hours 28, a 24-minute 32 swim, a 1 hour 13 bike, and 43:41. Now, technically, I could beat him. However, as I said to you before, there's over 300 more athletes doing the standard triathlon this year as opposed to last year, and there's double the number of athletes in my age group. So whilst third was probably possible maybe last year, I'm going to say 7th. Okay, so we're going for 7th. And time-wise, I've had to forget what everyone else is doing, look at my own training, and this is what I'm going for. So I'm going for a 24:30 swim, a 1:08 bike, which is a little bit ambitious because it is hilly, and a sub 40 10k at 39:45. I've given myself 5 minutes in transition, so if my maths is good, which it generally isn't, is a C in GCSE for maths, 2:17, 15 seconds, which I would estimate would be really good actually. That would be a great time. I'd be very happy with that. So So my aim tomorrow is I'm just going to literally head down. I'm going to completely empty the tank, and it's going to hurt. I'm not particularly looking forward to that side of it. The water isn't too cold, so I'm not worried about that. My swim should be strong enough that I'm not like getting punched and kicked by everyone, which is not pleasant. The hilly bike is a little bit of an unknown, and the run, well, as we know, previous video, 10K was a disaster, but I am feeling better. I don't feel under the weather, so again, I'm just going to be really bloody minded, and I'm going to go, I refuse to run any slower than 4 minutes per kilometre, and then just sort of hit it hard in the last 2K, and I should get sub 40. So there we go. So hopefully I've set a more realistic expectation. 2 hours 17 and 15 seconds, seventh overall, that'd be amazing. 7th in my age group. I'll report back, and hopefully this time my training has been more sensible, my progression has been better planned, and hopefully I'll actually hit some targets this time. And I hope that this will encourage you. And I think the great thing about kind of recording this and doing this, I was watching back one of the previous videos, and I'm kind of inspiring myself because I'm seeing the disappointment, and then I'm seeing the determination to go again. And, you know, it isn't easy trying to overcome a challenge. And a lot of the time you really do want to give up. But I'm still going, I'm still fighting, I'm still working hard. And let's hope we get over the line on this one. Okay, well, I need to go and eat loads of pasta and watch the Champions League football final, and racing tomorrow, so I'll see you in a few days.